Bonjour! So this is going to be another makeover, and this time it's in Appaloosa Plains. I haven't done any houses there, I don't think so, so it's going to be a first. I was asking for ideas for lots to renovate, and Melina had this comment about Lionheart's house, and I don't really know the town, but I know she lives a bit on the outskirts, so I think it's this one. Yes. So it's this one. And yeah, so it's going to be today's project. So let's check it out first in Edit Town. Okay, so I think she might be an elder, and she lives alone with her 4 cats. So, okay, so she might be insane, because I don't think, no, the eccentric trait came with another pack. Old kitty. Okay. And the house, so Brookside. Oh, yeah, there is a pond there. So, okay. Floodplain lane. Okay, I wouldn't want to live there. 30 by 30. So it's rather big, actually, the lot itself. So set somewhat apart from its neighbours, this once elegant Victorian graces the river's edge with a haunting reminder of days gone by. If you plan to restore this home, beware of feline vengeance and musk. Since it implies that it's a bit in a state of disarray, I'm going to try and keep that. So it's going to be a makeover, but not a renovation. There is a nostalgic vibe here, but a bit eerie, which I like. And cat mayhem, apparently. Okay. So, let's have a closer look of the house. A willow tree goes with the whole vibe. Neat. Okay, I really like the house. That goes with the description. I don't know if there is much to do there. That shutters there. Hello kitties. So we have Maria, Pickles, Mothball, Muffin, and Hetty. That goes also with the theme here. So I'm curious, where does the lot start? And I suppose here, because this is a pathway there. There is a pathway leading to the road, but is the willow tree on the lot. Yeah, so it goes from there up to the back over there. Oh, a car. So the fence is very cool, all rusty and all. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to keep it or keep it, because it kind of restricts just that area. Like, it makes it look as if this area here with the pond is not on the property, though it is. So the all wood paneling. It goes with the house. I mean, well, okay, the color doesn't look that great. It looks a bit like blood stains, on the wall. So a bit scary, but I don't know if I'm going to change much here. Cat castle over there. Oh, it's in the tree. Almost. Oh, we could do a tree house, but for the cats. So maybe I'm going to do that, because the lot goes up to there, so I might have room to do a tree house, but for the cats. What do you think? Yeah, okay, you cannot answer, but I'm going to do that. It can be so much fun to do. I don't know if I'm going to use a willow tree though. So maybe one of those fake trees that are like dead trees. But very tall. They're actually objects, and they don't disappear when we have a close-up like that. The house itself. I really like the shape of the house. It's very neat, very Victorian, and the roofing is cool. Look at this. Let's have a look inside. Okay, so there is the front porch over there. Then I'm going to not to cheat and have a look at the rooms before. Oh, okay, there is a bed here. Okay. A fireplace. Okay, so it's a bit of a mismatch of different pieces. Oh, a horse bed. Oh, it's a unicorn, actually. the mirror is blocking a bit the view, but river, back, ooh, okay. The fountain, I don't know, really. So the staircase is there, so that might be the back door because I can see the back porch over there. So the kitchen. Okay, why there a baby chair though? I like the I like that how they put the frame near the food bowl. Oh, and there is a second one there, a different one for a different bowl. Very nice wallpaper. It's super duper cute. A bit worn out. Is Eddie childish though? Because a lot of things in the house look a bit childish. I mean, it's two different traits. Colors. There is a grill inside. Ooh, another poster. Okay. That makes three different posters, one for each bowl, meaning that the three, I'm going to guess, the adult cats have their own, like, their nameplate, their image plate. It's very cute. I'm going to keep that idea because it fits the household. Then back in the hallway, so, ooh, that must be a small bathroom. Not that small. And there is a door, and that door leads to, oh, okay, I missed it. So the bed is over there. Oh, so back in the hallway, we're going to take the stairs and visit the second floor. Again, a very nice view. So more items for the cats. She has an easel, a small office over there. So that could be a possibility of a second bedroom. And I suppose that's the bedroom here. Whoa, that's a big one. Okay. Oh, that's the remains of an old cat, I suppose. Ducky, Lionheart. Oh, there is a hidden room actually here. So yeah, the house is not that small for one person and their cats. So that there are foundations. I can add. I might, because just for the fun of it. I might add a basement, but a flooded one, I think, because they are so close to the river, and also there is that brook / pond here, so it would have gone into the basement, and it can add to the vibe of the house. Then the first floor, I hadn't noticed the statue here. So I have to check out traits before tackling really the house, because the outside there is not much to do. The bathroom is there. I'm not sure I'm going to keep two different doors. We'll see. And okay, there is nothing here. Okay, because if it had been a room, I would have put a second bathroom here or something resembling a bathroom. And so that can be a room, and we can have it as an office because the hallway is large enough. Well, I'm going to see, but I'm going to use that secret room that has no access to it over there. And oh, okay, and maybe a ladder, and we can. Oh, the fridge is outside. I didn't even notice. Treehouse, maybe a basement, but a flooded one. So these are my main ideas right now for that lot. That might change. We'll see. The big plan is to have it maybe look a bit more inhabitable. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep the whole vibe there is there. Let's see how it goes. So first thing I tackled was the tree house for the cats, the jungle gym, and it's a 2-story structure. Yeah, 2. Well, sort of. So I started with that because I used some constraint floor elevation cheat there quite a few times, so that I could have a slope, for instance, leading to the tree house itself. And it's more of a it's a rather big structure because I tried to have it around the tree, and then I needed space to have the different items for the cats, to have them accessible for the cats. So on the top floor, that's where I have the cat castle, because it's the biggest structure, and it is, I've playtested the whole thing. So with the cats, I've playtested with the cats. I haven't had Hetty climb on there, so I'm not sure if the floor below, she might have had my clip with the floor above with the ceiling, because that's where I put that thing that I don't remember how it's called, and it is also accessible for the cats. So yeah, the whole structure I've playtested with the cats. It works, but I'm not sure with a sim. Then I went in, create a sim to make over Hetty and to get to know her a bit better. And yeah, she's not childish at all, so that gave me a better idea of what to remove from her house, where I didn't want, the direction I didn't want to go. And so first I did, she's hydrophobic, so I really went with the idea of having a flooded basement. But first try, I did a real basement with the basement tool, and so I kept the foundation and had the basement under the foundation. But while doing that, I had with the fountain tool, I made it look as if it's flooded, but it doesn't look like that. It looks more, it's too square. So I wasn't happy with it, and a bit later at the end of the makeover, actually, I'm going to redo the whole basement, and this time it's going to be inside the foundation instead of being with the basement tool. So it's going to be different at the end, but that was the first idea here. It was too clean for what I imagined her basement to be. So then the building, so I haven't changed much there. I just made it look, I went with, it should look a bit in a state of disrepair, but from something that was clean before. So my idea, a bit for the whole house, even for the interior, is that it is a family home, and an old family home, and that she doesn't care or doesn't know how to maintain it as it is. So there are still like the original pieces of furniture and the original siding, but it's yeah, it's in the description I think it said like musty, the cat's musk. So that's the vibe I went with for both the outside and the inside of the house. So for the outside, I guess it's more reflected that the paint is old, so it would need a new coat of paint there, but nothing major. That it can be restored, easily restored to its previous glory, if that someone, a handy sim, would come this way. And she's not, but she's not also a slob, so I didn't go that way either for the interior. For the landscaping, I went a bit wilder there, and I tried to work with the surroundings, since there is kind of a wooded area on the right side of the house, but on the left side it's just the plain and the river, and there are very little greenery there. So for instance, for the cat structure, for the treehouse, I didn't go crazy with the plants there because there are I don't think there is any in the background of that corner. So it's green, but it's a bit bare on that side, and on the other side where the brook is running, it's more lush. So then the layout inside. So I haven't changed the downstairs. Upstairs I added. Oh yes, I did change a tad the downstairs. So the hallway is now one big room, and instead of having an archway that cuts it into two different rooms. And upstairs I've added a room, two rooms actually. But I think the second one I do later, because there is that hidden room where I've actually put a ladder and there is an access to a sort of an attic. It's a very small attic, but that's where I've put a few objects I didn't know where to put. Oh, I've lost... No. I forgot to record when I was doing the kitchen at the beginning, because... I started on the kitchen and then I was, nope, I haven't recorded that. So that's why there is some missing part here. But yeah, she's not a slob. So I didn't want that kitchen to look too messy. But then she's not also someone who looks like she's cleaning up every single time or with keeping her stuff updated. So I went with the old Victorian vibe here, and I've kept the idea with the food bowls, and I went a different way with a crazy trait, thinking that she's not childish, so I didn't go with the textures. I tried to have hints of the textures that were there, that were animal related, because one of them was that very cute oil wallpaper that is quite difficult to work with because the colors don't go with the color wheel. So it's very, but it's a very cute one, but it's not cat related, and it's cute, but I didn't know where to have it, and I ended up putting it in one of the bedrooms. But yeah, there are other ones I've tried to have. So since she's not neat, but she's not a slob either, but she's insane but not childish, so I went with the fact that she's a crazy cat lady, so everything is for cats inside, and when something has been broken, maybe she doesn't remember to put it to right, to replace it, or if she does, she's going to replace it with something that is new, brand new, and is not the style of the house. So it's not Victorian. So there is a Victorian base, and then when she replaces something, it's going to be, for instance, a pillow that is going to have like cat prints, cat themed prints on it, and it's not going to go with the couch or chair it's placed on. And basically, I went with the idea that the most of the pieces there, the furniture here, is something that she wasn't the person who chose that, but she inherited it. And then when she has a need for something new, she's going to buy something that is totally different from from the rest of the house, from the original vibe of the house. So I went with that. Also put quite a few plants here and there. Again, she doesn't have the green thumb trait nor anything related to plants. So I went with that because of the cats. I'm thinking that maybe she put these for the cats to hang onto, to jump on, even though they're not going to do that. it would be cool that they have their own jungle gym in the house. So I tried to really lean onto that crazy cat lady vibe that she has here. Even she even looks like a cat with her eyes extra and hair. Very cute hat. But yeah, so the lounging chair. So I put this here and removed the bed. I did hesitate about removing the bed because I thought it was very cute and very crazy-like to have a bed in the main room, and but then she doesn't have the childish trait, and it was a unicorn bed, and I found out that the cats can also lounge on the lounging chair, so they can nap on it. So I was thinking, let's have the chair instead of the bed, and she got the chair with the house. And because the bed, I don't think she would have chosen this one. I don't know. And in the bathroom, she's hydrophobic, so I replaced the bathtub by the shower bath combo here that looked a tad. There are better CC ones, but this one looked a tad Victorian-ish, so I used this one there. So then we are upstairs where I work a bit on the bedroom. So the next room, one where I'm going to have access to the attic. The access to that room is going to be, so I changed a tad the structure there. I added 2 tiles so that I could add a door in the hallway to access that third room. So that 3 rooms upstairs, 2 smaller ones, one which is quite small and has a ladder to access the small attic. And then the other one is where I've left there was a desk, and also where I've put the bed, the small bed that was in the main room. I've put it in the other. So there are no, technically there are now 2 bedrooms. I think I've changed that in the name of the house, the description. So then the second try for the basement, and this time it's inside the foundation, so it's no more accessible through a ladder but through a staircase. And I had already done it. The access to it is through that I think it's called something like bulkhead entryway for the basement. It's very American. I've actually done a house lately that is supposed to be French that has that sort of entryway to the basement, and I've never seen that in France. Trying to think. I've been to quite a few houses. I've never seen that, but I've seen that in a lot of structures in America. So here I thought it went with the type of house that it is, and it's not I could have, if I had more room, the slope for the entrance would have been more marked. But here, if I did that, the whole brook would go dry out, because when you are manipulating the terrain, it does something to the water, the body of water, if there is one on the lot. Okay, then I worked on the access for the attic, and I haven't changed really the roof. It's just that I needed to replace it so that I could place the ladder. So that's just what I've done there. I placed items I didn't know what to do with there, and then I had forgotten about the fridge outside and placed the fridge in the kitchen and put a mini fridge instead with the grill there. overview of the lot with first, let's start with the first floor first. So there, the cat jungle we'll see afterwards. There is the brook over there. Then I added a car park over there if needed. She doesn't have a car, I think. It might be hers in the river in the back. So the different rooms, the bathroom here where I've added a washing machine, the kitchen. The structure is basically the same, but for the second floor, so the staircase is there, but there are 3 rooms, so a bedroom, office, and that room that is an access to the attic, the small attic over there, and then back to downstairs, so to the basement. Let's go to the basement where it's half flooded. It's smaller than the first one I had done, but it's sufficient for the house. Then the cat structure, the tree house for the cats. So there is a first floor here with a few items to play with, and then a staircase here, and then the cat castle, and a few other items I've semi-hidden here, half hidden over there. And that's it for that house. I mean, a cat phase, because I've just done the cat jungle in Twinbrook, and now this house in Appaloosa Plains. So it was a fun one. Don't know what I'll do next, but I'll see you in a next video. À bientôt!